Okay, I have something to tell you that you may not want to hear, but it's the truth, and I want you to get it, and I want you to do something about it. In order for there to be rich people, there have to be poor people. Let me repeat. In order for there to be rich people, there have to be poor people. That's the current system that we live in. Rich people create things that poor people buy. Rich people build companies that poor people work in. Rich people then go and create other streams of income and passive income, while poor people try to figure out how they're going to get from one moment to the next, one day to the next. You understand what I mean? Living check to Monday. That means you get paid on Friday, you kick it on the weekend, you pay on your past due bills, and by Monday you're broke. I was living that lifestyle, making $80,000, $90,000 a month, not a year, a month. And guess what? Even though I was making that amount of money, I still was a poor person. So in order for you to flip the script on this, and I want you to understand that there is something that could happen to bring us all to a state of equality. Let's take the economic stimulus, for example. When they start sending out stimulus checks for $2,000, I get real confused because I'm not stimulated by that at all. If you want to stimulate me, this is what I say. Put some more zeros on the check. Don't you agree? Put some more zeros on the check if you want to stimulate me, if you want to stimulate us. But they would never do that. So let's just say, for example, if every American were to get $1 million, right? $1 million. And with that $1 million, they were able to pay off their mortgages, start their retirement, pay off their debt, maybe fund a business, have the appropriate resources to make that business grow and to make it grow quickly. Then if you didn't make it after that, then I guess we just say, oh, well, you missed your chance. But what you have to understand is that scenario would never, ever happen. There would never be a scenario where everybody would be made equal at the same time and given the same opportunity. Why? Because if everybody had $1 million, then nobody would go and work at the fast food restaurant. If everybody had $1 million, nobody would go and work at the big department store. If everybody had $1 million, nobody would go and work at the gas station or any of these other places. So you must see and understand that in order for there to be rich people, there must be poor people who are desperate enough to take the jobs that are available, even though those jobs rob them of their income, those jobs rob you of your time, those jobs rob you of your creativity, and those jobs rob you of your ability to generate massive wealth. Now, am I saying nobody should have a job? Absolutely not. We should all have a job. But in having a job, you need to understand that there are three kinds of income. And the great majority of people, the 1% of the people make the great majority of the wealth, while the other 99% are struggling trying to figure it out. And what the other 99% are struggling trying to figure out is how they're going to ever work another job or work enough jobs to make enough money to live their dreams. And the truth is, it's usually not possible. There were a group of people, it was the last group to pass this phase. The baby boomers were able to work a job for 30, 40 years, retire, and get enough money to live comfortably in retirement. That is no longer the case. So you must understand that there are three types of income. The first type of income is earned income. Earned income is the income that you get when you trade your time for money, when you go to a job. Remember, I was broke as all get out. I was living check to 2 o'clock. Okay, that means you get paid at 8 o'clock in the morning. By 2 o'clock, your check is gone. And I thought back in those days that I could just work harder and work harder and work harder and make enough money. Well, that formula did not prove successful. And the truth is, the more money you make, the more the IRS will take. So earned income is basically, it faces the law of diminishing returns, because at some point you just can't keep working. If you work 40 hours a week and make $10,000 a month, if you work 80 hours a week, do you think you're going to double to $20,000 a month? If you work 120 hours a week? No, because by the time you start working 120 hours a week, the quality of your work is going to diminish. So you'll never be able to work enough hours. You'll never be able to work enough hours to keep up. The second problem with earned income is it's taxed the worst. The IRS treats earned income in the most, it's in last place, because when you have earned income, first, you have to earn the money, and you pay taxes on the entire amount that you earn. It gives no regard for your expenses. It gives no regard for all the bills that you have to pay. So it's the worst kind of income, and you can be taxed as high as 50%, okay? As high as 50%. So earned income is income that you get when you trade your time for money. That's what we were all taught. Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, go to church on Sunday, wear clean underwear in case you get hit by a bus. That's what my grandmother told me. But the whole idea was to go and get a good job. Now, I want you to get good jobs, but I don't want you to just stay there with a good job, because the second type of income is income from investments or capital gains. That simply means maybe you buy stock for $10 and it goes up in value to $200, and you get to liquidate that stock and or you get to earn dividends from those investments. Now, capital gains income, or the second kind of income, this is income from investments and capital gains. This is called portfolio income, okay? So there's a couple of different ways you can label it. It's either capital gains, investments, portfolio income. This kind of income is not taxed as high as earned income, okay? So it gets treated a little more favorably. So you've got the first kind of income being earned income, trading time for money. You've got the second kind of income being money that you invest, and then you earn income from the money that you invest. But here's the third kind of income, and this is the best kind of income. This is passive income. This is income that you earn whether you work or not. This is income that you earn. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to wake up. You don't have to go to sleep. You can just drift off onto the beach if you want to. Passive income, the main source of passive income is income from a business. If you can start a business and then you can set up proper systems in that business so other people can work in the business, and then you can stop working, okay? The business will continue to make money. The third thing about that, or the best thing about this business income, this third kind of income, is it has the most favorable tax benefit. Robert Kiyosaki says it. Mitt Romney follows it. The president follows it. All kind of wealthy people follow this theory of business, because what happens with business income, when you earn the income, first the IRS says deduct all of your expenses that you use during business. So if you used your cell phone, if you took a business trip, if you drive your car, if you hire your kids, all of these things that you can do, the IRS says over 400 times, hundreds of times, that if you have a business, not only am I going to put you in a position where you have passive income, but you are also going to pay less taxes. This is why the rich are getting richer, and this is why the poor are still trying to figure it out. Now, let me tell you something. We are in a season right now of opportunity. This is massive opportunity. Please do not get this wrong. Please do not get dismayed, confused, or fall into a state of delusion regarding what's happening in our economy right now. What's happening in our economy right now is three things. This economy is creating millionaires, billionaires, and witnesses. Which one are you going to be? Millionaires, billionaires, and witnesses. Which one are you going to be? So how are you going to transfer from being solely focused on earned income? Earned income, remember, it's trading time for money. You're going to meet the law of diminishing returns. The law of diminishing returns basically says that the more you put in, the less you'll get out. That's really what happens. The more money you make, the more the IRS will take. I remember my first $20,000 check. I thought I was going to get about $17,000 after taxes. The check was like $9,000. I thought I was going to pass out and die, literally. But I couldn't pass out and die because I needed my money, okay? So I called the IRS. People said, well, why'd you call the IRS? Because they're the ones who had my money. And when I spoke to the withholding agent, I learned what a valuable lesson, that I was going to be taxed more and more and more and more the more money I made. So earned income is the worst kind of income, because you're trading time for money. You're eventually going to run out of time, and you're going to run out of money as well, because the IRS is going to tax way more than the IRS, than it taxes on other kinds of income. The second kind of income is income from capital gains, investments. It's called portfolio income. You need some investments. Put some money in an IRA. Put some money in a 401k. Start a mutual fund. Start small, $25, $10. Go to my website at asklynn.org. Submit your inquiry. Wait for your reply. Set up a consultation with me. Join the Entrepreneurs Academy so I can teach you and show you what to do. You don't have to start big. You don't have to start big. As a matter of fact, you don't have to start all you have to do is start. That's all you have to do is start. The third kind of income, This is where my passion and everything just jumps out. Business income. There's so many businesses. I'm going to start teaching how to start a how to be a real estate investor. I'm teaching how to write a book. I have a speaker training that's coming out for everybody who wants to be a motivational speaker, who wants to craft that message, who wants to get to the next level. I want you to be in business because I am not like the rest of the world. I want there to be as many rich people as possible. I want there to be as many wealthy people as possible. I want there to be as many financially free people as possible. And that doesn't mean you have $25 billion. You could have 200,000 and have no debt and be able to pay your bills and have passive income and be at peace. I want you to be at peace. I want you to be at peace. But you have to understand, and you have to get out of the rat race. In order for there to be rich people, there have to be poor people. Think about it. Which one are you going to be? Are you going to start to unwind this confusing mess that we've all gotten into? Are you going to take it one step at a time? Or are you going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself? I don't want you to feel sorry for yourself. I know that things are tight. I know that this is a struggle. I know that times do not look like they're great. I know that it's a bleak season, or it looks like it's a bleak season. But the truth is, if you can look up, you can get up. As my friend Les Brown says, as my friend Russell Simmons says, you can't fail until you quit. Now is not the time to quit. Now is the time to get a strategy. Now is the time to pick yourself up, to get an education, and to take yourself, your family, and your community to the next level. Earned income, losing. Capital gains and investment portfolio income, you're starting to win. Passive income through businesses and other ways that you can bring in money without working. That's the whole idea. You want to be able to bring in money without picking up anything. Okay? That's what you want to do. And you can do it. In order for there to be rich people, there have to be poor people. But what I'm saying to you is that does not have to be your fate. Let's do it.